Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostip and this is going to be part 20 of my early campaign where I'm playing as England. And we are just about to exit the early period of this campaign. We are about to get into the high period in about, 6 turns. So we are so close to being able to finish off our crusade objectives here. We do have our last crusade that is going to be launched towards Edessa here, and it looks like it could make it. The crusade itself is rather small. There's only 500 men inside of it. But I do have plenty of armies nearby that can assist it in taking its objective of Edessa. Now, of course, that also means holding Palestine, Tripoli, and Antioch while also taking Edessa. So it's not just a matter of, emptying these provinces of troops and then, taking Edessa. I need to be able to hold these as well. And despite the fact that the Egyptians, they're on the ropes. They've lost these 3 coastal provinces. They lost Nicaea to the Byzantines. There's a German army, the German Crusade, and a Byzantine army here in Constantinople. The German Crusade has been beaten back out of Trebizond, I think at least once, so they're down to 844 men. They might not make it, and I would anticipate that, but yeah, there's a lot of Egyptian forces here in Anatolia. So it's one of those situations where things are going well, but, I don't want to get ahead of myself here because I've just been beaten, again and again and again by the Egyptian forces. There are Giga Chad generals here that are still around. They still have them. There's this guy who we have fought time and time again, it feels like. And even this guy, I was looking at him and I was like, ooh, I think I remember you. Wasn't he? I mean, he's in that unit of Saracen infantry, and I feel like I got a unit of Saracen infantry down to 1 man. I thought that the unit that I fought was a 7-star general, not a 5-star. Did he lose stars by any chance? No, he did not. So it could have been him. There's only 1 man left in his unit, and he has 9 valor, so it could have been him. The guy that I almost killed, but he got away, and then his army just crushed me. So it might have been him. But then even this guy as well, 6 stars, and then +4 morale from Fine Leader, +1 morale from Most Honest. Luckily, he does have the Eager to Retreat, so that's -2, but still that's a +3 net. So yeah, that's in addition to the 6 stars. Oh, and also a good attacker, right? Yeah, skilled attacker, so 7 stars when he attacks. Pretty scary stuff, honestly. And I was mentioning in my last episode that I was wondering, it felt like my armies were just that battle that I fought in the forest, was that in Antioch? Yeah, I can't remember. Maybe it was in Antioch, Tripoli maybe. I can't remember, but that battle that I fought when I was in the forest and I was attacking and defending it against an entirely mounted army, camels and Armenian heavy cav and Saharan cavalry, and I had my spears and I thought, yeah, I have a 2-star general, but I'm in a good position here and I should be able to hold. I didn't have a high ground, so they were able to kind of attack down into the forest at me, so that's not ideal, but still, that's how I've won, many battles against the Mongols and other cav-centric forces, just hide in the forest, right? Going all the way back to Shogun 1 as well. So the fact that I was broken in that battle was very confusing. I understand, in other situations where I just get beat, all right? That's one thing, but in that situation, that was very strange. And this was an idea that was mentioned to me by a viewer. And this is something that in the past, when I'd heard this, I had really dismissed this idea. And the idea is that the mercenary units in this game just have a base lower morale. And I dismissed that initially because I think that's based on one of those kind of those societal misunderstandings of how mercenaries worked in for forever, throughout all of history. There's kind of this modern day conception that I think is incorrect. And I should preface this by saying that I don't know a lot about history, but from what I've seen, the mercs are the professionals, especially in this era, but also in the ancient era as well. They're the ones that are paid to fight. And that's a very good reason to fight. Is if you're getting paid well, right? It's oftentimes going to be the people that don't have a good enough reason to fight. They will be the ones that leave, right? If you have a farmer, a farmer will protect his home, perhaps, but to get him to go on campaign is a bit harder. And to get that farmer to even like protect, like like the neighboring counts farms, they're like those farmers' farms, can be difficult to motivate them, right? Because it's even on like a province to province basis, like even within, feudal Europe, it's so separate. So like even like going to like a neighbor's, county or whatever is like, is it mine? So like the mercs are the ones that fight well. And I've just, from what I've seen and read and heard about, it seems like a lot of times the mercs are the ones that continue fighting when things go bad. Now, I think that you can find cases to support both views. I think you can find cases where the mercs do desert, if they're not getting paid, especially. I think that on a like campaign basis, it's a situation where you get mercs that kind of like get bored and go away. If there's not like a lot of action where they're getting plunder or payments or something like that. I think you have issues on like a grand strategy campaign issue with keeping mercs in the fight, just because they're expensive and if they see an opportunity to get more money elsewhere, they're going to take it. But on like a battle to battle kind of area, I think that mercs, they tend to, once they're in the action, they fight pretty well. They're used to it. They fought some battles and they typically have a commander that they respect. But yeah, no, I think that you can make the case for both, right? I'm sure you could find cases where the mercs do just disappoint and just kind of go away. But I think that there's this conception of like that maybe that's in this game. Maybe mercs have a lower morale. And so the question is, would a dev in CA have thought the same thing 20 years ago when they were making this game? Would they have thought, oh, let's give mercs a lower base morale? And I had dismissed that. I it's an outdated kind of way of thinking about mercenaries. So that's probably not in this game. And until I see evidence of it, I'm going to not think otherwise. And when that was brought up to me by a viewer, I thought, oh shit, maybe, interesting. Because guess what? I've been using a lot of mercs in this campaign. And this has been like the campaign where I've done this. I have not really gone this merc heavy outside of this campaign. And guess what? I'm getting my butt kicked, by the Egyptians. Now that can just like come down to me, this could be user error and I could be playing incorrectly. This could just be coming down to the Egyptian generals just being gigachads, and being a good general in this game really matters. That's another discussion that I was having with another longtime viewer, which is like the generals in this game really do make a difference. Now, even in situations where I think, hey, like my 2-star general should be fine. Well, yeah, you would think, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's a big difference, I guess, between a 2-star and a 5-star and a 6-star and a 7. These really do tack on a lot of extra bonuses for the troops that are under the command of these generals. So I would like to hear your thoughts on this. If you have an experience thinking that the mercenaries do have like a lower base morale or something. I don't know if there's any documentation on this that anyone could find, so this might just come down to anecdotal evidence and whether or not you just feel this is the case or not. But I'd like to hear your thoughts. If this is something that you've sort of collected over the time of playing this game and you've sort of come to the realization that, yeah, this is real, I would like to hear your thoughts on it, just because I had dismissed that idea so long ago that I really hadn't thought about it until it was brought up again. And it was, oh yeah, maybe my mercs are just running because they're mercs. And yeah, anyway, going on into this campaign. So I have this crusade in Edessa that it's already moved to Tripoli. I couldn't move it to Antioch, unfortunately, because I have an Egyptian boat right here that I'm going to be attacking and hopefully destroying. My sea lanes in the last episode was getting trolled by the German boats, but I think that threat is over. I think that the German boats are now dealt with. And what I was thinking, so I'm losing money, right? I'm losing 1,300 per turn, and I'm down to 10,000, so I'd still have a bit of cushion here, but that's obviously gone down quite a bit since, a little while ago. So here's the thing. I'm 3 turns away from having a port finished here in Antioch, and then I'm going to start building a port here in Tripoli as well. I already have the trading post finished in both provinces. So when those ports are finished, I'm going to be making money. And I would imagine that's going to even pay for the mercs. And it's been, you know, suggested, and I've sort of been reminded multiple times by viewers that, you know, how expensive mercs are. And I get it. I'm selling the farm so that I can complete these objectives. And the goal is in 1204 to start demobilization of these merc armies. Now, that's easier said than done. You can't just disband everyone and then hold on to your territories. You have to sort of replace them slowly over time with, you know, native troops that are cheaper for upkeep and all that. So definitely kind of a, you know, it's going to be a fine balancing act once I hit the year 1204 to start that demobilization process for my mercenary armies. But no, I get it. I understand the cost that I'm paying to complete these objectives. I do think that I think that I will be in the positive, even with all of this upkeep. I think I will be in the positive once these ports are finished. That's my thoughts. I have enough, you know, trading stuff set up. You know, I think I do. And what I could do, I was going to hold this off until 1204, but I kept these 4 boats here in the North Sea just so that I can secure the North Sea, because the Germans could continue to build boats here in Friesland. And I wanted to make sure I could, you know, sink those boats, obviously. I have a 1-star admiral. See, Mercia is like not super important anymore, because I already sent my last crusade from Mercia. So I don't really, I guess I could like put a couple boats here from the English Channel, because there's nothing, no German boat is going to pop into the English Channel. Just, you know, they can't board, they don't border this, right? So they'd have to come from Friesland to the North Sea, then the English Channel. So let's do this. Let's start to spread out. I was going to leave them here till 1204, but let's actually start to spread our wings a little bit and make a bit more money. So we can get a port here off of Denmark, and then by sending a boat to the Baltic Sea, we can get 3 more ports. And that's going to help out quite a bit, just like that. We still are building boats, I thought. Let's do that. Yeah, let's continue to build boats. Yeah. And yeah, I think that I will just be okay money-wise. The question, though, is really going to be... So the last episode, the European powers did leave me alone, which was nice. That was a nice feeling. The Italians, the Germans, the Aragonese, no one attacked me, and that felt good. So is that going to continue that way for now, or... You know, was that just like a quick respite before the next launch of attacks? I tried to like blockade the Italians here, but then I needed to focus my navies on destroying the German navies. And so I'm now back to like, they can just do whatever they want, which sucks. It does suck. But that's just, I can't use my boats for that reason right now. I can't blockade Toulouse. That's not a priority. My land forces, I think, are good enough. Like, I have 4 units of Royal Knights in this army, in addition to archers, militia sergeants, and hoblars, and a 6-star general. Like, that's not even including like my backups here, you know? That's okay. That is okay. Yeah, their 7-star general does scare me, but he's in a unit of urban militia. He might be killable. Does he have any minus valor stuff? That'd be kind of cool. Nope, he does not, so. But still, urban militias are easy to kill, relatively, so... He might be killable, you know, shoot him full of arrows and watch him drop. So anyway, we got a new king. He is 35. He's married, but I don't think that any of these princes are his sons. I think that these are his brothers. 2 of them are of age and 2 of them are not. I am going to be working on getting Prince Stephen and Prince Henry married. Neither of them are married. No, so my emissary is going to be working on that. The Danes are just hanging out here, so I'm going to be talking to them with my emissary. The trusty Danish princesses are always, they're just so helpful. It really helps us keep the family line going. I wonder if that bond is true for like all, I just feel like the Danes are, it's funny. I feel like the Danes, there's like certain factions that will say yes and certain factions that won't. I feel like the Sicilians and the Italians, like the amount of time I've married princesses from those factions are so few. But the Danes, no matter what faction I'm playing, it seems like they're pretty chill. So, oh, thank goodness. Something that I've considered is, since I'm going to be sending my crusade into Tripoli during this turn, I'm thinking about moving my forces that are in Tripoli out of Tripoli so that they don't get their men vacuumed up by the crusade. Now, I guess that wouldn't be the worst thing. It is my crusade after all. It has a mission to achieve here. But I'm thinking about attacking Syria. It's the only enemy province that borders Tripoli, so it's kind of an easy in and out operation. Unfortunately, there's nothing here. It's just a fort, so there's nothing here for me to pillage, really, to make some money off of. But I'm still considering doing this. It would just be nice to maybe hold them in place so that they aren't attacking other provinces like Palestine or Antioch, perhaps. It's an idea. Now, can this army really accomplish anything? I mean, it has numbers, sure, but we've seen, numbers not do much in the past. 4-star General, Lord Stanley. And let's see here. Does he have anything else? No, nothing else that gives morale or valor. No, +2 valor. Okay, so he does have that. He has a 4 valor fighter, so there is that. And 4 stars is not bad either. Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid of these Egyptian forces, that's for sure, but I should probably do it. I should probably go in here. And these are the artillery pieces. Yeah, they're moving up to Antioch, so I'll keep them there. And, oh, not you, but you. And we'll see how that goes. Now, I'm going to continue training soldiers in force back home, just because... Actually, can I train stuff? I suppose I can. So what am I doing? Palestine, what can you train? Hablars, archers... actually, I think I need cav and archers in these armies. Okay, so this has some cav, not a lot of okay, let's get some archers there. Tripoli probably could use some archers. So let's do that there. And then, what about Antioch? Antioch, what do you need? Some more Turkobalays? Some horse archers? Yeah, probably. I mean, I probably shouldn't be training soldiers right now, but... Like I said, I got 6 more turns. I just need to hold out, And let's continue to move troops out to the Levant. The Holy Land, so we get some feudal men-at-arms we can bring over. Just, whatever it takes to hold, And up here, I was thinking... It would be nice, because in Northumbria, because of the Civil War, I did have my trade infrastructure destroyed. It's very tempting to spend money on that as well, but I need to say no to some of these impulses, these spending impulses that I have. So I'm going to say no to that. I'll wait until I'm making money again before I invest in a trading post and a port here in Northumbria. Guys, it's got to take a deep breath here and just say no until things are looking a bit better and focus on training soldiers, really. It is also very tempting to build a inn here in Palestine so that I can hire some mercenaries if I just need them in a pinch. But at this point, even if I had that inn, and even if there was mercenaries available, what money would I hire them with? I'm going to be losing money fast, so I'm going to say no to that. I'm going to say no. Let's drop a save. Let's end this turn, and I'm hoping that this game is going to remain stable for now, because when I started recording this episode a little earlier today, I was having trouble. Things were not staying stable. The game kept crashing. That was frustrating. Oh, we got an attack there. Okay, so they are going for Antioch. Interesting. So enemy forces are going to be 1,600 and my forces are 25. So I do outnumber them by around 900, but we've seen what that counts for. Antioch is hilly and it is forested, so perhaps I can hide in a forested hill. The enemy is going to be bringing 3.5 units of Armenian heavy cav to start with. One of them does have armor upgrades as well. So that's all scary stuff. Their 7-star general is scary as heck. Let's see, some Saracen infantry, Muwahid foot soldiers, 2 Nubians, 2 archer units, some urban militia, 2 catapults. So yeah, that's scary stuff. Those 3.5 Armenians is going to be pretty tough to deal with. And that 7-star freaking general, man. Oh god, he's gonna be just brutal. I do have my 4-star general and a unit of Royal Knights, but it's a 9-man unit of Royal Knights. Like, he's not gonna be really effective as a fighter, which is gonna be tough. That is gonna be tough. Reinforcements, yep, camels, Nubians, Naphthas. Yeah, a lot of camels. Gosh, if I could man. I've lost to these good generals so many times that even with a 4-star and even with a favorable map, I'm just thinking, can I even do it? Like, I have spears, you know? What I would think would be plenty of spears. You know, armored spearmen, Italian infantry, Russ spears, order foot soldiers. You know, like it should be good, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what I can put together here. It looks like no forested hill for me. No, there's forest like everywhere else on this map, but not on the hill that I start on, which is unfortunate. Even if I were to go off into the flanks and maybe try to finagle some high ground, you know, another hill without a forest and just, yeah, being down here. Just so that I could get that forest bonus. Like, what's more impactful for fighting Cav? The forest or the hill? It's hard to say. Gosh, I think I have to... I mean, we saw last time that the forest that did not have the hill didn't do well. And in this case, I actually do have some archers. I got 3 archer units, 2 horse archer units, and some javelins. So having an open field of fire might be impactful. And this is a pretty gosh darn good hill. So I think I have to stick with it, yeah. And I'm not thinking like any fancy shenanigans with flanking or hiding stuff. I don't know. Like, should I using my Turcopoles or Turcopoles and hiding them in the forest and then sending them out? What would that really achieve? They're not intended to go into melee. I kind of just want them as additional archer units, really. They can help me run stuff down if I do cause a rout. Bad chance, I know, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know the value of, you know, having these guys pop out behind the enemy army to do what? You know, what are they going to... They can kill the catapults, sure, but I think the catapults are not really a priority concern for me. So I think just deploying the normal way on this hill is going to be the way to go. Something like this feels okay, so let's just kind of get going here. Spears and archers right here. And spears and archers right here. Let's get them down the slope just a little bit so that the archers can fire over their heads. Maybe not that far down, maybe just like that. And then let's do, yeah, javelins and swords right behind them. Hopefully javelins can get their tosses in. So I have my feudal men-at-arms, Highland Clansmen, some pretty banged up units, honestly. And yeah, I got the Turcopoles back here. Let's bring them up, and then my cav as well. I think I want them closer to the fight, honestly, but we'll adjust as the enemy gets closer. We have some Armenian heavy cav going wide on the flanks on this side, so let's bring some spears to try to intercept, and then same thing on that side as well. Yeah, they're being really aggressive. They're Armenians coming out to the flanks here, which is smart. So let's bring my feudal men-at-arms in a position to support the center, I think. Yeah, are we going to be able to intercept these guys? If we can, that'd be nice. And maybe try to get my Hospitallers down there. And can we get Kerns down here to maybe throw some javelins in? Yeah, they want to throw their Naphthas over on that side. And yeah, let's get a downhill charge right here. And maybe get some javelin tosses in as well. And are we going to do okay? 31. They're down to 25 already, so they're losing. They're taking losses there. And now they're sending up their Naphthas, which is a little bit scary for sure. And their Muwahid foot soldiers. And yeah, 2 Armenians on this side. Ooh, that's terrifying. That's so scary. So let's see, feudal men-at-arms. Let's go here, and let's bring Fearmen over here. And if we wrap them up, are they still fighting? Yeah, they're still goddamn fighting. Freaking maniacs, man. So yeah, feudals are here, and let's go here, and here, and let's get Kerns throwing javelins into them there. So you go up, and then Highland Clansmen come down here and help out against those guys, and yeah, can we kill those freaking Armenians, please? Alright, so archers are shooting in, Order foot soldiers are holding there, and let's see, feudal men-at-arms, let's get you in against the Saracens right there. Yeah, Saracens are pushing really hard in the center, so Order foot soldiers get in here, it may as well just take you off of fire. Well, let's get the javelins coming up, and there we go, we broke them on this side, so let's get my Highland Clansmen up here to attack into the general, and let's see here, yeah, general, or not my general, but my Templars come up here as well, and Fearmen come up here as well. And then Kerns, do you have any ammo left? No, you did not. I'll just throw you into melee. That is fine. And how are we doing on this side? Our Order for Soldiers broke, that's crazy. That's bad. Yeah, that's bad. Alright. Alright, Turcopoles. Let's see. Knights come up and generals get into my Feardman. And looks like he's backing off. Yeah, we got a pitched battle here in the center, but they are breaking through my left flank, which is tough. Damn. Dang. I don't have any, like, guys I can send in either. Like, the general's right there, but he still has 32 men left in his unit. And yeah, let's just get some shots in to this side if we can with our Turcopoles. General, I don't even know if I want to waste them, you know? So, yep, try to get some shots into the general here, and then here. And yeah, 22 Armenians, then Nubians. Gosh dang. Maybe they'll friendly fire. Yeah, there we go. They're like friendly fire to their general. Holy shit. It's too bad these Nubians are too far away to like hear the, like get the, I don't know. I think they friendly fired their general, didn't they? Let's try to use my general to, I want to kill their guy, their general right there. There's only a few men left in this unit. Here, let's go here, and let's try to gang up on these 18 Armenians with my Turcopoles and my general, maybe? Yeah, let's get some shots there. And this center is a pitched battle. 5 Armenians are fighting right here. And let's see, Knights Templar. Ooh, let's get around here. Let's not fight the Saracens. Yeah, let's try to get around here. Here, come on. And if we can get in here, and yeah, shoot into these Armenians, and maybe we can drag them down there. And Knights Templar can maybe get into these Armenians as well and help out my general. And so they're sending their archers into melee. Jesus Christ. The fact that my guys are still fighting here in the center is really commendable. Let's get Turcopoles, let's get them up. And let's start bringing on reinforcements, actually. Or no, I can't. Nothing's available. Okay. And how are we doing here? So I have 2 men left in my general's unit. Let's send my Turcopoles in and try to save my general here. And did they break my center? Looks like they broke my center. Oh gosh, it's like so crazy. Yeah, looks like they broke my center. Yeah, Kerns are running away. What's happening back here? So Nubians are fighting Order foot soldiers that did rally. Alright, well at least they're distracting those units, so I'll take it. I'll take any distractions that I can get right now. And you... Here, shoot into here. Yeah, shoot into these Saracens. If we can get rid of these Saracens, that's going to help us out. And let's get my Templars out of there. Yeah, don't fight the Saracens. God dang. Alright, my general's alive with 1 man left in his unit. Can we shoot these Saracens? Come on, Templars, you don't have to die here. You can live. You can live. Come on. Oh, they're just gonna die. That's it. That's it. Alright. Let's see. Can I send my Turcopoles 16 into Desert Archers? Maybe I'll win that fight. And here. What a knockdown, drag out fight. Holy smokes. Like, they broke me, but they broke themselves too. Yeah, let's send my Turcopoles here into Archers as well. If you guys can go around and get into the Desert Archers. Yeah, you don't need to get hung up on the Saracens. Okay, fine. Just do whatever you want, I guess. Alright, let's get these guys up here. And can I really not bring anyone on right now? Is that... There, I can get one unit on. Sweet. Yeah, these freaking Nubians back here. Nubians, and yeah, they're chasing off. The fact that they're back there, though, it does help me out. That is giving me time. Is it 16 Armenians? Okay, that's the scary unit. Those are the guys I need to watch out for. Yeah, 16 Armenians. But the good news is that they can't... So, like, they can't... like just push me and stuff me back into the deployment zone now because they did get their army essentially like wiped, kind of. Is there anything we can do about these freaking 20 Saracens right here? Can we shoot them? And can we get back our Turcopoles and try to get into, yeah, these archers maybe? Yeah, get into them and try to kill those archers. And yeah, shoot these freaking guys here. You hang out. Yeah, if I can keep my general alive, but man, it's going to be so tough. It's going to be tough here. Alright, so did we get into them? Yes, we did. So it says the archers are winning, but yeah, I guess I'm in the forest, so just get out of there. Yeah, I guess I'm getting those forest penalties. Do I have units that are chasing over here? Oh my god, I have units that chased all the way to the other side of the map. Yeah. Yep, it's pure chaos. It's pure freaking chaos. Looks like we're picking off these Saracens one by one. Yeah, one by one, we're picking them off. Keep shooting into them, please. Yeah, try to take care of them. Ooh, naphtha throwers. Jen will go. Jen will get those naphthas. All right, where's my reinforcements? I feel like I should have a couple units coming on. Yeah, armored spears. If you could attack those Nubians, that'd be fantastic. And yep, they're gonna break my archers, but they're down to 14 men. And come on, General, can you? Here, let's shoot these naphthas instead. No, sorry, shoot the Saracens. Do that. Oh, now the Armenians have come back. All right. Well, I've armored spears fighting Nubians. It looks like the Nubians are losing, and if those Armenians want to fight us in the forest, that should favor us. It looks like we're running off the naphtha throwers. Let's get my archers. Yeah, just keep shooting at Saracens, I guess. And do we have more units we can bring on? Yeah, Armenians now are fighting my armored spears in the forest. 16 men left. Oh, there's 16 men. Yeah, come up here to try to get some shots into those Armenians. And yeah, I feel like I should have like... Is this like a super tall hill that's just taking forever for guys to... I guess so, yeah. It's just like a super ridiculous hill. Could I have deployed back here? Damn. That might have been a missed opportunity. Alright, Armenians are backing off. That's nice of them. Ooh, Saracens are getting a rear charge in on us here. That sucks. That's gonna break my armored spears, I imagine. That's tough. Alright, let's get some shots in on those Armenians. They're just gonna hang out there. And I have 8 Turcopoles that did rally here. And General as well can come up here. My Fearmen actually getting into the catapult right now, so that's nice. Jesus, what a freaking battle. Alright. So 12 Armenians. Hey, my archers actually took a... Oh, hey, we got 6 of them down just with my archers. Alright. Here, Turcopoles, can you shoot at these guys? Yeah, come up here and try to get some shots of the Armenians. And the fact that these armored spears are holding is crazy good for us. And I got some Muwahid foot soldiers here too now. And they should do well against the Armenians. They're like an aggressive spear unit, and they're kind of like made to kill those units. So, Saracens are finally running away. God damn, finally. And Armenians should get torn apart by the Muwahid foot soldiers. And I got some order foot as well coming down. Oh my god. Alright, let's... archers are now out of ammo, so let's withdraw you. And Turcopoles, let's go ahead and chase down these 5 Saracens. And General, just frickin' stay alive. We have some, like, G.I. Joe feared men back here that are just doing the God's work, chasing down catapult crew. Yep, that is fine with me. Fine with me. All right, Russ spears. Yeah, I guess just come on and here we go. Let's get some more units on. Holy smokes. Holy freaking smokes. Let's turn around and try to catch these Nubians if we can. Lovely, lovely. And I'm not seeing any like reinforcements come on. I don't know. It's such a big map. It's hard to tell if they're... Alright, so those spearmen are running away now. But yeah, it's such a big map that it's kind of hard for me to tell, you know, have we taken the map or are the Egyptians going to send in another wave or what? It turns out that the Egyptians are going to be sending on a second wave here and they are moving on in. So they got Bedouin camels. I see 3 units of those, some Nubian spears as well. And looks like, is that another Bedouin camel? Yep, 4 units of Bedouin camels and 1 Nubian spear. So, I mean, I got a bunch of spears coming on, so that works for me. I have, like, nothing... I don't have a lot of variety in this army. It's basically just spears, which in some ways is good, but more archers would be nice, and more other things would be nice as well. So, as far as what I have coming on, yeah, just spears, and, like, that's no firepower. So, if they bring some stuff on that can shoot me, it's going to turn into a very long match, because I'm going to have to just sit on this hill and take shots to the face, while I put my guys into loose formation when I'm getting shot at, and then bringing them back into close formation when I get charged, which is, yeah, it's a bit annoying, but it's looking like they're not going to have the ranged tools to really harass me in that way. They might be forced just to charge uphill into my spears, so, hey, that's pretty good. We got Russ spears, ordered foot soldiers, armored spears, some more, basic spears, there we go, there's the weak link, we found it. Italian spears, only 30 of them, but hey, that's a good unit. And most importantly, my general is alive. This absolute hero of a man just stands tall. And he is, yeah, he's going to be holding the lines here, hopefully. We have camels trying to get around the flanks here, but no matter which direction they come from, all they're going to see is spears. So let's try to have the Russ kind of go that way and get into them, and yeah, they're just going to get a bunch of pointy spears. Let's charge downhill here and charge here as well. Muwahids go in here, and Italians just hold back and just hold back. You don't need to go too crazy here. No, don't need to go too crazy. Basic spears kind of get in here and go on engage at will, and yep, they're attacking into my ordered foot soldiers because they pulled me out of position. That's very, very good on their end. So basic fanatics, yep, charging on in. All right, there we go. I didn't tell them to do that. They just did that on their own. That's like the one time that I'm happy to see a unit just do whatever it wants because, yeah, we'll take it. Yep, fight those Bedouin camels. Absolutely. What are you doing? Go back. Go back. And go here. And go here. And more heat foot soldiers. Ooh, man. Alright, Bedouin camels on that side. Fanatics going back in. I feel like getting these armored spears up here and more heat foot soldiers. I feel like bringing them in the gap here. That's what I feel like doing. And feared men as well. Come up here. Okay, so they have Nubians in the front. And Nubians are a tough fight for us. Ooh, we got our order foot soldiers like caught out. Ooh, that's a bad look. That's a bad look. Man, these camels are fighting pretty good for a unit that should be getting countered by all my spears. Alright, let's go in here. And let's go. And let's get a little rear charge in, or flanking charge in on those Nubians. Ooh, I got Celtic warriors, perfect. 25 Celtic warriors might do okay against those Nubians. And can I start bringing on more reinforcements? Yep, there we go. Oh my goodness, this is a tense matchup. Tense. Alright, 6 Bedouin camels. 18. They're fighting so hard, you know? Alright, let's get these guys a little bit around the flanks here. So my Celtic warriors are fighting their spears, so that should be a good fight for us. We're surrounding those camels on that side, and we're surrounding them on this side. Yeah, this I think we won this wave, but again, it's too close to call. Like I've been beaten by these generals too many times to believe that this is going to be it. like they have more guys coming on in, so I can't think that I've, you know, just because I've beaten 2 waves doesn't mean anything. I've I've just lost too many times to these guys. It looks like the rest of their reinforcements are going to be withdrawing now, so hey, I will take that victory. Oh my god, yeah, I'll take it. And I will ransom these guys. You know, these 96 men that I captured, I'll ransom them if I can. If they want to pay for them, I will take the money. So yeah, men killed 800. I lost 932, you know, and I captured 96. So very even, you know. Very even, but look at that. My general and his bodyguard died to the last man, but he did survive. And yeah, it's, oof, man, that was, what a fight, gosh. Like, I won, you know, I beat a 6-star general, a 7-star because he was attacking, and it still felt like, you know, it felt pretty gosh darn Pyrrhic, but hey, we hung on to Antioch, and I think that at this point, I think that I can probably take these losses better than Egypt can. I think that Egypt really is going to struggle with those types of losses right now, and yeah, they abandoned Syria, yeah. Yeah, tough for them. And we did sink the Egyptian boat off the coast of the Eastern Mediterranean. And they did pay for it, so we didn't get much. We got 436. So not much, but, you know, we got something. And the Sicilians have been excommunicated. Interesting. I wonder what's that about? What's going on? Are they attacking the papacy? I think that they oftentimes do go for Italy, or at least like Naples, so maybe they're fighting the papacy for Naples, maybe? And are you now 5th rank? Yeah, well deserved, Lord Stewart. We need to get his unit retrained because, yeah, he's like barely combat effective, but as a leader, yes, he is accomplished as a leader for sure. Hounding out heresy. Preaching out against heresy, Dominic and his order have made a great name for themselves. The Damine Canes, or the Hounds of the Lord, a pun on their name, Dominicans. Dominic is an implacable opponent of heresy and whips up support for the true church. All Spanish provinces gain a minimum of 10% zeal and many converts for the Catholic Church. Good for Spain. I mean, not really, I guess. I don't know. It's okay. And yeah, there we go. Yeah, the Danes, they're cool. They're the coolest people in the world, I guess. And we do have a son. Perfect. And I think that this son is going to be the next in line, I think. Lord Grey, very charitable, +1 piety, and another +1 piety and 10% zeal. I wonder who he is the governor of. I wonder if there's something that's happened that you can trace those 2 traits back to. And then, let's see, some generals here. Secret adulterer, eloquent, piety, and acumen, okay. And then honest, loyalty, hey, I'll take it. And famously brave, valor and morale, but I think, I wonder what you are. I think you're just a Turkable, maybe? Or an archer unit or something like that. Okay, so we did actually, they left some forces back here in Syria, and we do have them trapped in the garrison. And I don't, let's see, like it would take 2 turns to starve them out. I wasn't really planning on holding this. Although it does kind of separate, you know, the Egyptian empire. It separates, you know, Arabia from Edessa and Armenia and all that. So it does kind of help out. And yeah, the Byzantines took Constantinople back. Oh man, they are coming back. And the Germans are going to get stuck there. Perfect. That's all good. So we're only losing 700 thorns now per turn. So that's okay. We have 6,900 in the treasury. So that's going to last out a little bit longer. And let's go ahead and ask, God, they have so many princesses. So let's ask another Danish princess for her hand in marriage, because I do have another Prince Stephen has been married now. But then there's going to be Prince Henry, who, yeah, still is requiring a bride. And then Prince John, he's the one that I think is going to be the next in line, I think. We'll keep an eye on Edward and Richard. We'll see. Edward will be of age next turn, so we'll find out very soon. Yeah, so the Sicilians are at war with the papacy. That's what did it. That'll do it. Attack the papacy and you will get excommunicated. I wonder if it was on land or at sea. I don't know if the papacy has boats in the water right now. They do. They will do it, but I don't know if they have that right now. So I would imagine that it's a land fight. Maybe over Naples, perhaps? Kind of want to check it out. Let's send my princess down there. In fact, how old are you? You're 19. Okay, so you got some time left. And this is perfect. That 6-star general that I just defeated, again, mind you, he has also picked up another trait. I think he already had eager to retreat, I think. But now he's also a good runner, just -3 morale, in addition to the -2 morale. Does that completely negate? I think it does. +4 for fine leader, and then +1 for most honest. Ooh, gluttony is bad as well. Yeah, -4 valor. Makes him a bit easier to kill. But yeah, that completely negates the morale bonuses. Now again, he's still giving all of those command bonuses, so it's not, he's no pushover. He's not, but that helps. That does help. Yeah, I wonder if he would attack again. Like, his forces really did get weakened. And I'm not seeing any Armenian heavy cav nearby, at least not, neighboring me. So we can bring our crusade up here to Antioch. And it really is tempting to, here we can lower the taxes here in Tripoli. And it is really tempting to leave these guys here. Because yeah, they can starve out this garrison. They can either be a sponge for further attacks, either from, well, anywhere, really. I mean, heck, even Rum could attack Syria. Which kind of makes me not want to be here, but I mean, we can drain the fort. We just need to, like, keep the attention off of this crusade, until it gets to Edessa. For now, because I am sort of just sending, like, everything that I have at Antioch to make sure that I can continue to hold this. This is my king's brother, and he's loyal enough. 2-star general, nothing too fancy, but he can hang out, just be another Royal Knight unit. He's not going to be a leader. I just need his unit, I just need another unit of heavy cav in Antioch. And I think I'm going to try to hold on to Syria. They could attack in from many places. They could combine forces attack from Arabia, Edessa, Armenia, and Rum. And Rum especially does have a decent amount of forces. Some units of Armenian heavy cav again, Saracen infantry, all the things that I'm just scared of, right? So a little bit risky, I think, by holding on to Syria. I think it is kind of providing a magnet for the Egyptians, but maybe that's okay. Like, maybe that's what I want, is to be a magnet and bleed them in the desert if I can. Like, this army's okay. This army can fight, I think. 4-star general is okay. Yeah, this is a good one. He has a full unit as well. 4 stars. So let's do that then. And I think that I do need to find another governor for Antioch. Ooh, I think I covered everyone up. I thought that there is there's no governor for Antioch. Okay, I covered up the title. should have done that. So I need to find that title and then give it to someone. So the Egyptians did attack Syria. The Egyptians, they're retreating from Trebizond? Oh, shoot. No, you have to stop the German crusade and let my crusade through, you silly goofballs. Come on. All right. Syria. So the enemy forces does have 3,000 people. They're being led by their Sultan, who's a 2-star general. So that's good for us. So they outnumber us by 900 men. And we're going to be fighting in the desert. And that initial wave is scary. 3 Armenian heavy cav, and then 4.5 units of Saracen infantry, and then 4 desert archers, 1 unit of Nubians, 2 catapults, or 1 catapult, 1 ballista. But the fact that they're being led by their 2-star Sultan gives me hope. You know, this could be a good opportunity for me to kill these units when they're led by a less capable person, and maybe I could even kill the Sultan himself. Now, the reinforcements, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of guys. It is. But I feel like if we can beat the first wave, we have ourselves a chance here. I did decide to do something that I, like, pretty much never do in this game, and that is I brought artillery in this army. I brought a catapult. I had it, so I just, you know, thought, why, let's just see. And unfortunately, this army really doesn't have a lot of spears. I've one full-strength unit of Fearedmen, and then I have 50 basic spears, and then 30 order foot soldiers. So very, very bad. And then I brought 5 archers again, which is like, that's too much to protect, honestly. So probably not the greatest idea. Yeah, I'm already regretting things, but we'll see what we can get done here. So let's bring, they're already going wide with these 2 Armenian heavy cav units. So honestly, let's go spears in this direction. And then let's go swords and militia sergeants in the front, I suppose. And let's go archers right here. And as soon as the catapult can start shooting at stuff, let's start shooting at stuff. And light cav as well can kind of post up here. And then my general and his other unit of Royal Knights, that's going to be my heavy cav component. So yeah, going super wide here with the Armenians. That's smart. That's smart. They know what they're doing here. Let's try to match them and try to go as wide as we can with those units there. And then, yeah, man, it's really interesting. Really interesting, like going wide on both ends like this. And can we shoot at stuff? Yeah, catapults probably should have been shooting already. So let's see if we can get some rock tosses in here. And center mass. Where's that rock gonna come down? Anything? Hey. We got 3 Armenians. Ain't bad. That ain't bad. Yeah, if you want to keep shooting at that, hey, 4 Armenians. Yeah, nice. Yeah, keep launching those rocks. And let's see, swing and a miss. Yeah, there's a swing and a miss there. You can definitely start shooting, and you can start. Why are none of my guys shooting? Guys can shoot, right? Yeah, you don't need to move. Just need you to shoot. And I'm kind of tempted to. Which archer unit is this again? Yeah, I'm tempted to bring these guys over so that they can shoot as well. And then have my general's unit come a bit closer, and Hobblars just swing over here. Yeah, we're getting some. That bounced right over them? That bounced right over the unit. Bounced right over the frickin' unit. That's too bad. Okay. But you know what? Catapult so far has gotten 6 kills on Armenian heavy cav. Like, I'll take that. I'll take that. And at this point, I need my swords and militia sergeants to kind of come over like that. And then these archers, I probably need you guys to come over like that. So yeah, they're being smart. You know, they're waiting for their infantry wing to get into position before they attack. You know, they know what they're doing. So let's try to bring archers down a bit further here. And I'm kind of tempted to switch my catapult targets on the Saracens, or maybe, I mean, just center mass. That'd be great if we could get the Sultan. Center mass, did we get anything? Alright, we got some archers, it looks like. I'll take it. And yeah, now archers are shooting on into the Armenians. And yeah, Faris are shooting as well. Oh dear, okay. Alright, hold man, hold. Alright, come over here and start running. And just, nope. Try to intercept, try to intercept. And I just need to send you over as well because they might break my guys just right away on that side. And then here, yeah, shoot at them, and I might just send my general right on in. And then Faris, do I need to send you to kill these Armenians? Maybe. And man, it's a lot of guys. That's a lot of guys. Yeah, they just had so many men, and I just didn't bring enough to protect all of them. Let's try to get hobblers off to the flanks and just have catapult shooting at archers. And how are we doing here? So 18 Armenians, and Faris getting in. Armenians, yeah, there we go. The Sultan's right there, but he looks pretty safe, honestly. He's just fighting archers like that. That's the right place to be. That's the right place to be. Let's try to get into the desert archers with my hobblers. And oh, looks like he's, Sultan's backing off. All right, there we go. And Armenians on this side, looks like they are getting cut down. Yep, let's go here. And let's go shoot here. Yeah, they broke my Fearman on that side, as to be expected. Let's try to get back to my Faris. Nope, they broke. Never mind. And yeah, Sultan's trying to protect his archers, so that's going to bring him away. But yeah, they just shattered me. Those Saracens are mental. Yeah, absolutely mental. I just didn't have the troops to hold here. And yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't bring the right army, but I didn't have as much as I thought when it came to good spear quality. And now hobblers are running away from the Sultan. Yeah, so I can try to keep fighting, but it's going to be difficult. Let's try to use my general to get stuff done here. Maybe, I don't know, fighting Armenians. Oh, that's going to be tough, though. That's going to be tough. Looks like my general got into some archers, and he is getting cut down by sheer numbers. And I don't know. It looks like he's going to... There's no way I can get him out of it. He's just stuck. That's just... Yeah. There goes to my general. And, yeah, I don't know I have much hope for the rest of this. I mean, I have units and reinforcements, but, yeah, they have a lot of guys. They have a lot of reinforcements after this, and, that was a very poor performance. Probably should have just, given up Syria instead of just losing the manpower, because, yeah, I still need to, hold on to these provinces for a few more turns while also trying to take Edessa, and that's going to be tough. With the losses that I've amounted in this battle, this is going to be very tough. Oh, well, we got Fearedmen and we have Feudal Men-at-Arms fighting against their Sultan. He has 17 men left. He's a little bit overexposed, but no, he did drive my men off. That's too bad. I got a little bit excited. I thought that maybe my men could hold their ground and fight up against him. Yeah, Desert Archers are overexposed, and no one's really pushing me back. I have the space here to bring my guys on, which is actually nice. It seems like in many cases, I have been getting pushed back into my deployment zone, and I haven't had this opportunity to really form a line here. But in this case, I might actually be able to do that. Unfortunately, pretty much most of my units are coming on. They're all infantry. They're all lightly armored. Which is not ideal, but maybe I can actually catch these archers. I mean, Highland Clansmen is they're a fast unit. So maybe I can come down here and try to get a flank on them here. Yep, you come run down as well. Celtic Warriors, they're fast as well. Maybe we can start ganging up on these units. Yep, you run. I got Fanatics as well. And if I can hold off those Saracens long enough so that I can gang up on their Sultan, perhaps. Yeah, we're catching these archers, that's good. Let's get in there. Highland Clansmen try to get up around here to try to get a flank on them, and same with you, Highland Clansmen, as well. And then if you guys could just hold off the Saracens, that'd be fantastic. Fanatics over here, come. And them, yep, just go, push them off, go. So yeah, we're driving off these troops in this localized area. Then hold here. No, we're just doing this with no spears. We're just kind of doing it the crazy way. All right, let's go here and let's try to get us around here and here. Remember, this guy's not a good general. He can potentially be broken. He just won because he had a good army, And, yep, we got this, so we can get a flanking attack with these fanatics here. Highland Clansmen drive off their archers. Do we have anyone that can stop these Saracens from flanking us? Like, you guys, can you come over here and just stop those Saracens from flanking us? That'd be awesome. And Slav warriors, like, even you guys would be great at that. Yeah, like, urban militia, just get in here and just stop these guys from flanking us, please. That'd be great. Yeah, so we're getting a lot of, like, you know, rear attacks on a lot of these units that are trickling on in. We caught those desert archers. They have more Saracens coming on in. And yeah, you guys need to come down here. You come down. You come down. You come down as well. I need to bring on more reinforcements as well. So let's get a flanking attack here. And then here as well. And can we kill that freaking general? Let's see. I think... I should get you guys back. Yep, get a flanking attack in on those Saracens. And then we got horse archers coming on in. Nice. And he's down to 7 men in his bodyguard unit. Let's try to attack here. And those Saracens are breaking, and those Saracens are breaking. And if we could kill him, oh, that could be good. Alright, so yeah, they caught my Highland Clansmen on that side. Let's try to get away. They're a fast unit. They could potentially get away here. Alright, let's get down here, and he's still fighting. So if we can trap him, that could be very good for us. Let's get back, let's get back, let's get back. Form lines, form lines, form lines. You get back as well. You're actually running, that's fine if you rally, that'd be great. And horse archers, come up here. Be nice to have some cav on the field, actually. And yep, guys, come over. Running down those Saracens. Alright, so what do we have left? Bunch more Saracens, just a lot of Saracens. And these two units are coming on. What else we got? Okay, Saharan Cav. Okay, great. 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 Alright, horse archers, try to get back here. Don't get caught by the Saharan Cav, please. And you guys try to block off the Saharan Cav. That'd be great. So yeah, come down here, and yeah, can we break this guy? If we can break this guy, that could be very useful. It could be very useful towards breaking the morale of these guys here. So Saharan Cav, they look like they want to charge. I got spears here. Spears and Celtic warriors. Can we turn around and fend off this charge? And how are we doing here? Yeah, guys, fanatics charging into Saharans. Let's get those Vikings in as well. And javelins, start throwing your javelins in. And here, go in, fight, fight, fight. Urban militia, go, go, go. They broke my dudes, that sucks, but we got javelins being tossed in. Their guy is still fighting. Oh my god, he's still fighting. It's just him. And oh my guys are breaking now. Oh my god. Because of this mass rout from the Saharan Cav saved the freaking day for the Egyptians. I couldn't defend against it. Oh my god, that sucks. He's still fighting. My fanatics are fighting him and he's still alive. Oh my god, no. Oh, I got hope. That was my... Oh, I got hope. That was too bad. Vikings and fanatics are the only units fighting right now. They're fighting against these Saharans. They're getting pushed back, but man, they're giving everything they can. I have some Kerns coming on. Man, getting a volley of javelins into this Sultan just would be... Oh, that'd be so good, but I don't know if they're going to get there in time. Militia sergeants get a chance here to cut down some Natha throwers. That seems like a nice little win for us. Hey, there we go. Got rid of a few of those units, but we're going to get charged by the Saharan Cav, and surely that will be breaking this unit. But hey, you know what? We got those Nathas down to, what, just a handful of guys? Actually, it would be nice if they threw in some grenades right now, but nope, that's not going to be happening. I have more units coming on, but at this point, I think the writing is on the wall, unfortunately. Here's the time for a last charge, a last stand into these Saracens. Try to get as many of them as we can here. Downhill charge, Highland Clansmen, Woodsmen, Spearmen, go, go, go. Do whatever damage you can. Hobblars, try to get into the Desert Archers. Yeah, Faris, get into the Desert Archers so we can take a unit of them out as well. We'll take whatever we can. Militia Sergeants, jump on in here. Hobblars, go, go, go. And that is the break. Yeah, we fought as hard as we could on that, but... So we killed 635, we captured 57, and we lost 1,200. So that's a big loss. 1,200 men, holy smokes. maybe we can bring some more reinforcements from Europe, I suppose, is going to be the only way to hold these territories for a few more turns. I know that, like, all of these chunk losses for the Egyptians does take its toll, because I feel like they shouldn't be able to replace their units as easily, you know, with all of the territory that they've lost. But yeah, it looks like, oh my god. Oh, that's crazy. That is so crazy. I had 2 boats fighting up against 1 boat, and I think I even had a star advantage. I don't think he had any stars on his admiral, on his boat, and I lost both of mine. And I had barks. They have better stats than the galley, just straight up. And I lost both of my boats. That is just... oh god. Oh god, that's just so brutal. That is so brutal. So they want 1,700 florins for the 532 men that were captured. And even though I only have 3,600 florins left, I think I'm going to pay it. Yeah. I need all the men that I can get. And we caught an Italian assassin here in Normandy. And an heir mature is Prince Edward. I think this is one of my brothers. And brothels finished here in Ile-de-France, so we can maybe try to get some spies into Champagne. And heretical sects, so the Albigensian heretics are an offshoot of the Cathars and follow many of their erroneous teachings, but go further in their rejection of the church, its priests, and all that is sacred. These Cathars may hide behind a new name, but heresy must always be extirpated. Their strength grows in Toulouse, Provence, Aquitaine, and Genoa. And yes, the Danes have let my other brother marry into their family. Wonderful. Awesome. So Prince Edward is a hedonist. -1 valor. That sucks. Yeah. And natural leader. So there's that. And he has a 2-star general as well. +2 morale, +1 loyalty. Okay. Anything else? Anything else that's of note? So Tripoli is now wide freaking open right now. So that sucks. And the Egyptians have 3 stacks here in Syria. So they could probably march right in. We could take Edessa with this crusade. That would be nice. And that's the year 1200. We just have to like hold this for just a few more turns, but yeah, it's going to be tough. And you know, I was thinking as well, since the German crusade, so 4 turns, right? How long would it take the Germans to get here? 1, 2, 3 turns. Damn. God. But they would have to get through Syria though. And I don't see the Germans getting through Syria. How many men do they have left? 715? Yeah, why can't the Egyptians go fight them? Come on, guys. Let me take Edessa. How's my income for? Hey, I'm in the positive. That's the good news about losing that much money, is that yeah, you don't have to pay them anymore. There you go. And yeah, the papacy does have Naples, so I'm assuming the Sicilians did attack Naples. I'm assuming that's what's going on. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to look into sending some men from my continental possessions to try to hold Tripoli, and that's going to be easier said than done, because as soon as I, have these men leave these provinces, then it's inviting more attacks from the Italians, the Germans, maybe the Aragonese, and I don't want the Spanish to think that there's an opening, but who knows, if my positions are weak enough, they just might take that opportunity. But you know what? That is all going to have to wait until next time. As always, before I go, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these videos and you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. It all helps immensely. Until next time, this has been Conestep playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.